I have a major. Okay, guys, the call is being recorded now.
We have said, I'm not sure we can adapt it because it will just show before you choose any year. It will just show like that, Abi.
No,
Sorry.
look at that, right? That same screen.
Sorry
right?
for that. Hello, Mr. Magic. Can you mute yourself?
And there will not be card. The ones that are paid, just going to be the title, the padlock, and the price. So those ones, once you select it, it goes straight to payment. But the ones that are not,
Okay, guys, sorry for that background noise. I had to go and find a way to mute him. Are we together?
Yes, sir, we are together.
All right, good.
Yes,
good.
sir. Yes,
Good.
yes,
All right,
sir.
let's begin. Right. So now we have this major box. Oh, maybe I should have used different colors so would understand basically. The outer one here, I can have it as my parent. That's like my container. Then inside this container, I can have a div here as well. That I can have a div here. That's one div. I can have two. This major section as my div 2. Then here, this is like 3, div 3, right? Which will be my footer. So inside my footer, I can have one div here, which is like my div 4, then another div here, which is my div 5. Right? Okay, let's try out this and see how it's going to be.
Please, sir, can I, before you continue, sorry to interrupt, can I ask you a question here because it's very important?
Please go on, go.
Please, how do you section this to know where you are going to make a div? It's very important.
How do I section to know where I'm going to make a div?
That's
Okay.
how do you, the way you are outlining it now.
Yeah.
What determines that?
Okay. Basically, div is like a container, right?
Yes.
It's like, it's a container. And then div is a block element. We spoke about block elements in our last class. I think I showed us.
Yeah.
It's a block element. So it's going to span from here, from the beginning of this screen to the end of the screen. That makes it a very good container. Then, because it's a container, it's like you buying a big bag. It's like you buying a big bag, and then you have small pots inside the bag, right?
Yeah.
So that it will enable you to put different items. Now, I'm having a big bag. It's just a decision, right? It's just a decision. Okay, I've decided to buy a very big bag and call this big bag a container. And this big bag in this case could be a section. Now there's still another HTML element that if you don't want to always keep saying div, you can call it a section, right?
Yeah.
And then remember we say HTML elements are nested, right? So now it's like, okay, I want to have a big bag. Inside this big bag, I want to buy another smaller bags that can enter inside the big bag. Meanwhile, each of these small bags, I want to put certain items inside. That's just the entire logic behind this whole sectioning, right?
Okay.
Not like there's a design, not like there's a laid out rule there that you must follow. And for sometimes, if you're doing big work, maybe for the front end guys that will join us, hopefully, and you're using frameworks like React, you could build this top here as a separate entity, call it a component. And then you build this guy here also as a separate entity, and then you just call them from wherever they are to then you merge them together. Right? Okay, let me use a typical human being scenario, right? Now, the entire human being from head to toe, we call it a body, right? But now if you look at the body from the neck upward, we say it's the head. On the head, we have the eyes, the ears, the nose, and all that. So this is like me trying to draw out, okay, the entire container, that's a human body. So this human body now, I've decided to cut it out from here upward and call this the head, right? And inside the head is like me having eyes, nose, and all that here. Then, okay, this is like maybe the main body part. And then I'm saying, okay, this down part is the footer, like the foot, right?
Yeah.
And then here I have the palm, right? The ankle and the legs. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, I get it.
All right. So any other question before we proceed? All right, let's launch our Git bash. So open our Git bash.
Simon, sorry for interrupting.
Okay.
These are our guys. Anybody who have done the assignment? The assignment that I was given to you, the Google page, Google login page has to design. Hello, guys. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes,
So before your instructor even starts, today's class, you guys are expected to share your screen, show us your assignment. Let's see what you have done, right?
Yes, we've done. Like 2 of us have shared our screen.
Just 2 people.
Some complain of power supply. Sir.
Okay. Anyway, I would like to see the assignment before the next class, right? So we can move on.
Okay.
Thank you very much, sir. As promised, by tomorrow, I'll drop our assignments in the WhatsApp section, and then a Google link for you to fill after submitting your assignment, so that we'll be able to record and see what you've been able to achieve so far. Right? This is just a check to make sure you're actually doing something to keep you busy and also make you learn, right? So even if at the end of the day you don't get to the boot camp, you must have also learned something by yourself to keep you moving, all right, and to enable you apply for the next cohort. But we wish everybody on the call makes it to the boot camp, right? Okay, let's begin. So you have talked about the different section layouts and how we intend to achieve that. So now we are currently in our Git bash. So I'll check my current directory. That's where I am currently with pwd. Now it's showing me that this is where I am currently, right? But remember our folder, it's on the desktop. So if I do ls to check if where I am, I can actually access the desktop. Okay, right. Okay, then I don't want to erase this structure I have on our screen. I just hope we can actually see my small Git bash. Okay, so I've checked where we are, our current working directory. We are in the users folder. We did the ls to see all the files. Then yes, inside the files, we have our desktop here. So we can easily navigate to our desktop with cd desktop. Now, if I do pwd again, it's showing me in desktop, which means I'm in the desktop at the moment, right? I can easily do clear to clear my screen, right? So now I've successfully cleared the screen so that I can see and be able to type more code. There I can as well do ls to see what's on my desktop. IT skills, this was the folder we created the last time. So let's navigate into that folder, cd IT skills center. And then if I do pwd, you see I'm inside that skills center. Even without doing pwd, you see that at this point, the folder is being highlighted here, right? So can clear with clear. Then if I do ls to see what's inside, you see this was the Facebook login page we designed in our previous class. So the folder is here. So we can make another folder in there, can do mkdir Google page. Right? Okay, if I do ls, now the Google page folder is being created, right? To navigate inside the folder is cd, which stands for change directory Google page. Yeah, now you see we are currently inside Google page. If we do ls, there's nothing inside. That's why you see a blank space here, right? Remember to create, if we want to create a file, we could use touch, right? Touch. Hello guys, are you still with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. So now to create a file, using our Git batch, we write touch index.html. That's the file I want to create, right? So now if I do ls, you see that there's a file inside here. So if I want to create my CSS file, I can as well do touch. Maybe if I want to call it main.css. Okay, if I do ls, you now see the two files, index.html and then main.css, right? So if I want to also make my assets folder, I could also do mkdir make directory, and I'm calling this directory assets, right? So ls, now see we have the folder here, right? Now if I want, I can navigate inside that folder again, navigate inside assets, then make another directory inside asset and call it img for images, right? So if I do ls here, now you see the image folder is here showing here, right? Look at where I am currently. Now if I want to go back to this one step backward, I could do cd for change directory 12 ... right? See, now I've left this current folder, now I'm back to this place. That's why you see what's showing here. If I want to go back again, one step cd ... Now you see I'm currently in IT skills. Let me clear the screen. So if I do pwd, it's showing me that I'm in IT skills center, right? So if I can do ls to see, okay, I can now do cd, I can navigate back to Google if you want to. Okay, let's enter again and then cd into, we know there's an asset folder, right? So now this is where we are asset. But what if I want to go 2 steps backward? I can easily do cd ... hit enter. Now see, I was able to skip this folder completely, and this is where I am at the moment, currently here with cd ... That's moving 2 steps backward, right? Okay, I just did that to show us how much sorry, it's clear. So now we are navigating back into our Google page, and then we can, to open this with our VS Code, that's where we write code dot, hit enter, right? Good. Our VS Code is up. It's asking, do you trust this folder? Yes, I trust the author. Then we can close this welcome message. We don't need it at the moment. Then we have our index here, our main.css, and our asset folder. Now there's image folder inside the asset. Remember, we can as well create another folder inside this guy, call it CSS, and move this CSS file here. It's just to click on it, click and hold, then you drag it here. You leave it. It now asks, are you sure you want to move main.css into CSS folder? That's yes, move. Now it's appearing inside my CSS folder, right? Okay, let me clear my screen so that we can see. Let me clear the drawing. Clear drawings. Yes. Okay. So now I'm back to this is what we have to design this night. Now let's check, if this is a write-up or it's an image. We right click, oh, you see open image, which means this is an image. Let's just save this image and make use of it, right? Okay, now it's a PNG file. Inside we'll open our Google page. Here inside our image folder, we'll now save this. Let's call it logo. We'll save it. So let's go. Let me quickly generate the boilerplate, and I change this guy now to Google. Remember this title where it's going to appear, right? so that I'll be seeing my changes as immediately I make them. Automatically, this opens up. I want to split my screen so that I'll be seeing my work. All right. Okay. So the agreement was we're going to have a container, a parent container, right? So could have something like a div and call it maybe container, right? So inside this container, we could have, remember also we're going to have another div here. Mind you, that you can still make use of a tag called header to do all that, right? But or could still go with another one called section. Let's just use section for today. So this is like the head section. We'll give it a class and call it the head section. So we are referring to this head section. Then we could have there's another one called main. So this main, that's where our main content is going. All of this content, that's where we expected to go. Then we could have another guy called footer, right? That's where everything below here is going, right? So in fact, we can even get rid of all. I just want to try out something different today so that it will expose us to a whole lot of things, right? Okay, so instead of sections, let me just call, instead of using section, let me just call this guy header. I just want to expose us to a whole lot of these elements so we'll get to use them more. So we're using this guy now for our head section. We're using this main now for this section where we have Google logo, input, and all these buttons. And then we're using this footer now for this down content. Then the entire background, which is supposed to be like that container, will just make use of body. His body's already wrapping it all, right? So now the next thing to do is to connect our CSS. We are using external style sheet. Quick one, right, guys? Should we use external style sheet today, or we should just do inline? Internal.
External.
External, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. So now let's proceed. So I want to get rid of this thing appearing on my screen. Okay, now let's connect our external style sheet. Remember the shortcut, you can do link, and this guy quickly comes up. Now, by default, what's writing here is style, but this is not the style sheet. So always check out for this guy, right? So this is not, I named it me and not style. So I can just come put it for dot asset CSS main.css. Now I'm there, right? I have my CSS file, right? So if at any point you have any question, feel free to stop me so that I'll be sure we are all following to this class. So, okay, let me open my CSS file here. Okay, let me check if actually it was well connected. A quick check, I could just call body tag here and give it an obvious background color of, let's say, red, to see if that's going to take effect. It took effect actually. It means my style sheet is connected, right? So come back to this guy. Let's see. Okay, now we have laid out all the structures, right? So inside the head section now, this is header, right? We have Gmail, images, and then this guy, and then this one here. Okay, we could use, remember, span. We made use of span in our last class. Span, and we say span is an inline block element. It's an inline element. Inline element, right? So we can still make use of span. So we have like 1, 2, 3, 4 items here. So I could just write span as 4. Hit enter. Now I've generated the 4 of them. If I save, okay, these are the 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? So the first one here, what's there is Gmail. The next one is images. Then we have this guy, and then this user item. Okay, about that guy too, we'll still work on it. Okay, now I'm going to connect a new, I want to make use of I want to get this icon. This icon. So what I'll make use of an external source, an external icon source, right? That's I'm going to be making use of what we call font awesome. Sorry, something. This thing keep coming up on the screen. Okay, better now. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to make use of font awesome. Font awesome. It's a library that enables us to have access to a whole large database of different icons, right? It's like a collection of icons. So now if you open it, you see you may be asked to create an account first. I think I'm currently logged into my account. Yeah, let me log out so you see how it looks like. Yes. Yeah, I'm logged out. Okay, let's go through the process again. You open font awesome, then I open awesome. Now you see start for free. Click on start for free. Now they'll just ask you to input your email address so that you can get a kit code. Okay, but already I have an account, so let me come here and sign in. So I'll show you how that kit code looks like. Okay, this is just the kit code I'm referring to, these numbers here. So if I click on this, my kit code. Now, next thing is, this is the procedure on how to use font awesome. Copy the unique embedded code above and paste into the head of your project's HTML file or template. Start using icons in your HTML body. And that's just all. So what I'm trying to say, okay, the first thing you do is, after you have successfully logged in, you can just copy this guy. So once I copy that guy, that I should place it in the head section. So here, I can now place this guy here. So this is script I copied, right? So now the next thing, you can start using icons, okay? So I'm done with that side. So now you can scroll up, you see icons, click on icons. Now there are all these new icons in font awesome. Total icons, these are the total number of icons you have on this platform, right? So what I need is this guy here, something like a menu, right? So let me search menu here and see what will come up. Yeah, you see different kinds of menu, but this is not what we have there. Let's check. Let's check. You can actually navigate to other pages. You want something like this. Let's check. Okay, let me change this guy to dotted and see. No icon like that. Okay, let me call it. Menu is fine. It's better to give me something. Let's go down. Yeah, you.
You can use something similar.
Sorry? You've seen something similar?
No, I mean, if you see, you can use something similar if you don't see that particular one.
Okay. All right, then let's just go to the first page.
I think it should be best we find something of should in case we have something, because some clients do not want to use something.
Yeah, I know you can actually get it here. Maybe I'm just not getting the name. They call it right. And maybe I'm just not getting the name. It's saved, right? Okay, let me see. But see, compact. Okay, compact. Let me see if that's a name. That's not a name. Check something else. Hamburger. Oh. Let's call this guy. menu list. Yeah, beside this, from Awesome, there are a whole pile of different libraries out there, right? Let's just save time. But I know if you check for the right, definitely come across it. If I come across the name, I'll drop it in the group there so we can always make use of it, right? So for now, let me just pick these bars and use, right? So to make use of it is quite simple. Now, if you notice they are free, then after you must have searched and what you want comes up, you click on this free. Oh, these are the free ones. You notice some are paid. These ones are free, right? Let me just go search menu straight up. And then I'll select the free ones. All these ones are free. Are the free ones. Let's say I need wow. It hurts me that I did not see that exact type, but let's just pick this guy and work with and move on. So I click this guy. Okay. You see this guy, I don't think it's free. If free, no. That guy wasn't free. It's okay now. What's that? Okay. Sorry. So now this is what we are looking for. Oh. Okay, so this is what we are looking for. Just this line of code. This line. So if I copy this line now, I go back to my HTML. This was where I wanted it to appear here. So you just paste it there. Then the next thing is that user icon, right? Where you usually have your image. So let me search for user. User here, we have different kind of users here now. So let me just check free ones. Which ones are free? Yeah, all these ones are free. I can easily pick this guy. This is the code I want. You just click on it and it will be copied, right? So I can go back to my code. I want it to be here. I will now paste it. All right, let's see what we have. Let's see the output. Now look at this is it, right? We have this guy and this guy. All of them are side by side. Remember, this guy is remember, span are inline elements. That's why I see them sitting side by side, right? Okay, so we have, okay, now next thing is let's pick the background color. Or no, we'll come to that when we're styling our background. Let's try and post the next thing. Let's position this at the top right corner, right? Let's position that at the top right corner. So we are still working at the header section, right? So let me wrap all these guys inside the div. All these guys are wrapped inside the div. Why I wrapped all of them inside the div is so that once I just push that div to the right-hand side, once I put it to the right-hand side, it will automatically move with everything, all the span elements, right? So now let me call this style sheet. This is header, right? Control copy. Okay, now we call it header. I can give it a display of flex. I want to use flex today, display of flex, so that we also try to get acquainted making use of CSS flex, right? Display of flex. I can do okay, justify content. I can do justify content end. Now end. This is the end. If you say start, is going to be here, right? If you say center, is going to be positioned in the center. Let me see if I can bring this guy down a bit. Good. All right. This good. That's good. All right. So if I say okay, if I say start, now it's at my left hand side. If I say justify center, it's at the center. If I say end, is going to be at the end, right? So now I've succeeded in pushing those guys to the end. That's the entire div, this div, which is the direct child of the header section, right? We have succeeded in pushing this div now to this side, right? Now, if you check, there are some spaces on top and here, right? So let's also try to get that. We can now give it a padding of let's say 10 pixels. Yeah, you can see now I have space on the top and space at the right hand side. So now let's try and give spaces between between Gmail, email, this our logo icon, and then the user icon as well. So we could go by we could target those guys by narrowing down from head section. That's when you enter the head section, we are saying that you encounter a div, right? And when you encounter a div, you encounter span. Now, by calling span here, I'm referring to anything that is span inside this guy, right? Let me just use the sender. Anything that is span inside this div tag, that's what my target is. So I'm trying to give it imagine. Let's give it imagine left. Why left? Because this once I give this user icon margin left, it means automatically it's going to push this guy, and then this guy will now push this guy. The images will now push this other one too, right? So you see them just pushing themselves and giving that space, right? So I can say, okay, margin left of 15 pixels. Now you see 15 pixels. We have that space, right? Okay. Then, okay, let's have our background color so that we'll be seeing exactly what we're doing. To fetch the background color, we can make use of our eyedropper to select, pick the color. Once I click here, I go back to my extension, eyedropper 2. This is the color. I've gotten it. So let me go back to my CSS. Okay, today, since we don't have so much colors, maybe I may not make use of that variable CSS variable colors, right? CSS variables, right? But you can as well try it from your own end just to build muscle, brain muscle memory, right? Then, okay, the color is meant for my background, right? So I can come to the top here and call body. Remember, body is our container. So I'm giving it a background color of that color I just copied. Let's see our work. Now, yes, we have the background color, right? Okay, then this head section, but see, we can't see our items because of the color, right? Now give it a color of white. Now, yes, we have this guy up, right? Okay, so if you notice here, it's like this guy is having a background and it's circled, right? Let's try to imitate that here as well. Let's say I give this guy a class. This span, I'm giving this span a class of maybe user icon, for instance, user icon. This is my user icon. Copy. I could just come, okay, dot user icon. I can give it a padding of 5 pixels. Let me give it a background color so you see it, background color of red. Now you can see it, right? That's the span now. And then I can give it a border radius of 50 pixels. Now you see it's circled, right? Let's increase a bit. Let's see. That's too much. Yes, fair. But we don't want a red color, right? I just use the red so that it will be obvious and see it. Now, yes, we can see this, right? Now, let's say we have gotten this guy. And we have this guy, we have this guy. Oh, and then if you hover over this content, see there's an underline below it, then, right? So let's work on that too. Okay, let's give this a class as well and call this class Gmail. And then we give this guy class image. So here we could now say, okay, dot Gmail, comma, dot image. Once if we hover over them, that's what we're targeting hover now. If you hover over them, give it a text decoration of underline. Okay. Yeah, see, if I hover over image, see that underline, but this one is having a constant underline because I didn't put that behavior. The behavior is hover, have it only when you hover. Right now it's gone. So you're going to hover over it to have the underline, hover over it to have the underline, hover over it to have the underline. Okay. Now, again, if you look at this guy, if I hover over this guy, see the way my cursor changed to some sort of as if I want to click and start writing, right? Remember, we didn't make use of anchor tag here deliberately. So, but I don't want to have this type of cursor when I hover over this guy. So we can also change the cursor style to cursor pointer. So if I hover over it, the cursor should be a pointer. So you see, if I hover over it, can you see the hand, right? Pointer hand, like the hand is pointing. Good. All right. So I think we have done justice to this guy, right? Oh, this guy now. Oh, okay. If I hover over this guy too, it has its own effect, right? Let's work on that guy. That's this one. Okay, this is it here. We give it a class of, let's call it menu. So you can come down here, dot menu. Okay, we want to start it only when there's a hover effect. Only when there's a hover effect. And if there's a hover effect, give it a padding of 7 pixels. Now see if I hover padding of 7 pixels. And then, okay. Okay, let me give first. Now, if you notice something, there's a behavior I just noticed. Let me check if they have that behavior. If they don't, oh, they don't have that behavior. If I hover over it, you see everything is still the way it is. But if I come here and hover, see like the text moved. I don't want to have that because they don't have it, right? So I can say, okay, this padding now, instead of putting it here, I'll give that menu that padding. Okay. So if I hover over it, give it a background color of gray, for instance. You see the gray background color, right? And then let me see what's happening here. Okay. You can as well reduce this too. And then we can give it a border radius of 50%. So that if we hover it now, we have a circle around it, right? Okay, circle around it. Let's make this 10 and see. Yes, I think this makes sense. Let's increase this guy to 10. 10. Yeah, this makes sense. Okay, the space on top is, if it's too small, remember where we gave that padding. We can as well increase it so that yes, we have more space at the top, and then this is right there. Okay. All right. Okay, let's go on. So we're done with these guys. Now the next is this logo, and then this guy here, right? Okay, let's go back to let's go back to our HTML. Okay. So now we are done. Let's say we are done with the heading section for now. Now, if we go to the main, the main section, we have our logo here. We have this guy here, and everything here is positioned in the center. So we can put a div here to wrap everything, right? And even give it this div now a class of main container. Main container, right? So main container has an img tag, that's image tag, put dot forward slash to get that logo. Go into image, this was the logo, right? Then auth, we can call this logo. And then we have this input tag here. For this input tag, I want to wrap it in a div. Let me give it a class and call it search box. Search box. So inside this search box, I'm going to have, I want this search icon here, and see there's a space here to type, and then there's some sort of a mic here, and then there's some sort of a camera here. So it means I have 1, 2, 3, 4 items inside this place, right? So it means inside this place now I can say, okay, I have a span, and this span I can give it a class of search icon. That's this span now I want it to carry this icon. Then I can have my input tag, input element, so that I can have that search feature. Then this mic here now, I can also have another span and give it a class of, let's say, mic. Then this camera here, I can have another span tag, give it a class of camera. Good. All right, next thing is, let's get these icons. Before then, let's see what we have. Yeah, this is the image, this is the input tag, but everything is just the way it is, right? Okay, let's go to our font awesome and search for, let's type search. Okay, we want the free ones. Okay, these are the free ones. There will be different kinds of search icons, but this is the one we want. So we'll select it and click on this guy, copied. Come back here. This is where it's supposed to be before this input tag, right? So I paste it there. So I have the input tag. Next is the mic. So let's come back here and search for mic. Free ones up. Awesome. Got this guy. Copy it. Go back to our code. This is where we have mic. Save it there. Let's go back. Check for camera. Good. You can make use of this guy. Click on this code, copied. Back to our VS Code. In this pan, we place it there. Okay. Great. Yes. We have all of them. The search is here, the mic, and then the camera. But they are all positioned at the beginning. We want this guy to position here in the center of our screen. All right, so that calls for CSS, our style sheet. Remember, they are all inside container. And then container has, sorry, they are all inside main, and main has a div that wraps all of them. See, if I close this guy now, you see div. Main has one single div that wraps all of them, right? So now I want to style main. I can come here. Let's go down. You can say, okay. Beginning of the main section. Okay, I now called main. Remember, main is an element. So this element selector, right? And I can use it, give it a display of text, justify center. Now you see it's in the center. Remember, we've talked about that justify center. So if I want to position it in the absolute center here, right? I could add another line and say, okay, align items to the center as well. Yes, this is not bad. Okay, So we have it here. But remember, our image is very large. Let's go and reduce our image. Now I'm going to use descendant selector. I can just type main, and then type img. If I save this guy, please watch carefully. I want to try out two different things. And this is to enable us understand descendant and child selector properly. All right, I just wrote main. I didn't put any greater than sign. I just wrote img, and then I'll give it a width. Let's say I give it a width of 75 pixels. I save it. Now see, oh, that's too small. Let's make it 150 pixels. It's too small. Let me see what it is. Oh, that was just too small. Okay, let's add 100 to it. Yeah, this is better. 200, right? Now, see, that worked because main, look at where main is. Look at where image is. Where's image? Image is inside a div. Actually, this is the direct parent of image. Is this div? This main container is the main container that is the direct parent of image, right? So now what I did here was I was like main is a parent, and check main, it should have it could either be a grandchild or a direct child, whatever it is, but image is a descendant. If you see it, style it. But now let me show you something. If I put greater than sign, yeah, see that this is not going to work. You see, it didn't work. It did not work. But if I now come here and I said, okay, main div greater than, now it worked. Because I'm telling this file that main is the direct parent of div. Div is the direct parent of image. So this is direct child selector. You go from parent to parent, like it is strictly narrowed down, right? But if I just come here and I say, okay, image, main image, see, it still works. This is descendant. I'm just saying check main anywhere you see image, dial it. That's descendant selector now. All right, let's go back to our work. Okay, so this guy now, right? So now we need to work on this. Which is this guy? All right. Okay, so we are done with the image. We can as well increase the size later on if you notice that it's too small for us. Okay, quick one. Let me quick check. Are you guys still with me? Or have I been talking to myself?
Yeah, with you, sir.
Any question before I proceed?
Yes, sir.
You have a question?
Yes, sir. Like,
okay, please.
At the beginning, not actually where you are now, at your header, where
Yes.
you're able to get that far regular for that bar. I've been trying to get that particular stuff, but it has been difficult.
This
So,
far
like,
solid file bars.
Yeah, that your font awesome. Like, to get the CDN, it's always difficult for me. I don't know how to easily access it.
It seems you didn't join this call from the beginning.
I actually joined, but I had network problems. The network problem
Okay.
actually logged me off, so I just got myself back again.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. There are actually two different ways of getting that right. You can actually just visit from Awesome font. You search for Awesome. Then this will come up. You click on it. If you have an account with them, you see your account showing that I'm already logged in, right? But if you don't have an account, you may just have to supply your email address and then they'll send you a kit. So when that kit comes, you just click on your kit. When you click on your kit, yeah, you see a number like this. This is the kit. If I click on this kit, now I'll get this script. So this is the script. You copy the script and put in your head section. Let me show you where I inserted mine. Look at it here.
Okay.
So it's until you insert the script that you'll be able to make use of this, guys.
Okay.
So to get these guys is quite easy. It's just for you to come to this icons menu tag here and search for any icon you want.
Okay.
Right, once you just search for it, yeah, see different icons have appeared. Some are premium icons, some are free. So to just filter, you could just click on this free and see every other thing that's showing now is free. So once you click on the one you want, you could just come down, look at the code here. You click on this code, see that's changed to copied. So you just copy and paste it wherever you need it. That's all. Any other question?
I'm grateful. Thank you.
Welcome. Any other questions? Should we proceed?
Proceed.
All right. Okay,
Yes,
thank you.
proceed, sir.
All right, so now we want to start this input section, right? Input section, where are you? Yes, this is our input section. Remember, I also wrapped everything there inside this div, and I called it search box. Search box. Okay, let me copy this guy and come here and style it dot set box, set box. Okay. First of all, remember search box is a block element to show us that. Let me show you border, read border. Let me give it border 1 pixel solid red. Save it. Good. This is it. Why is it not spanning from the beginning to the end? Is because of this guy here. It's because there was a place we styled it and pushed. Yeah, it's because of me. We said it should be positioned in the center. That's why you're seeing position in the center, right? Now, good. Okay. So we are still going to make use of this. I'll leave the color red. So let me reduce this guy so that we'll be seeing what we're doing. I'll leave this color red for now so that we'll be seeing it as we are working on it, right? So we can now give it, let's give it a width. Okay, let's give it a width of let's say 400 pixels. See, it has stretched out. Let's give it a padding of let's say 10 pixels. Let's give it a border radius of let's say 15 pixels. Because theirs have a curve, right? Let me show you. This is a curve. That was why I did this, right? I think ours is not long enough. And then this is positioned in the middle. Don't come back to that guy. And then there's no more space here. Don't still work on that. Okay, it's not long enough. Let's increase the width. Let's see, 500 pixels, 500 pixels. Yeah, I think this is long enough. Not so much. Let me increase it a bit. 550 is fair. I think so. 550 is fair. All right. Then we can give it a display of flex. And then we could say justify content space between. Okay, space between gave us this guy and this. Let's target this input tag inside. Don't worry. Search box input. Hello guys, are we together? I got a prompt on my screen that my network was unstable. Are you still with me? Can you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. All right, so I can give this guy now a width of let's say 90% of the entire. Yeah. If he's taking too much space, let me give him 8. 8 is fair enough, right? So now I can give it a height of let's say 20 pixels. Okay. Or let's comment out this guy. Let me give this one a height of 30 pixels. See? Okay, that's fine. And then we can give this guy height of 100%. We have this. Okay. Now, but if you notice, you see our text is flying up and down. See, this one is going up up, then this one is kind of down, right? Let's adjust that. Here, display of flex, we'll say align items to the center. You see, all the items are aligned on the center line now. Before that, you see, this one was up, this one was down, they're all scattered all over, right? Okay, let's go back there and see what we have. Okay, transparent. Okay, this comes with a hello guys. Hello. Sorry, I think you lost me at some point, right?
Yes.
Sorry, I think it was
Yes, sir.
network. Sorry. Okay, let me share my screen. Go back. Okay, can you see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Sorry. But where did you guys follow up to this stage where we have this?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Use
great.
text outline.
All right. So now the next thing is, if you look at theirs, you discover that the background there's actually nothing. And then if you hover over it, you see as though there's some sort of shadow behind it, right? Okay, so let's go and see if we can also get that done. So we're targeting our input tag here. We give it a width, a height of 100%. We could give it a background color of transparent. Transparent, see, it's transparent now. We can actually type here. But now if you notice there's a border, we don't want that border. We'll come here and say, okay, border none. Border none. Now you see that border is gone. See, but if we click to type, you see this other box. There was no box there. They don't have that box, you see. So let's go back and remove this box as well. That box is called an outline. You can call it outline. We set it, the outline to be none. Let's check again. We click now, see there's nothing. We are typing, but our color of our text is black. We can't see what we are typing. So let's change that color. So we could just come in still here, we say color. We want the color to be white. White. So let's check. Yes, we have white, but the font is still small. The font is small, so we'll say okay. Font size of, let's give it 20 pixels and see how it's going to look like. Yeah, this is 20 pixels, right? So I have this guy now. Then you see the borders, the border color. I wouldn't fetch this. Let me see if I can get this color of that border. I don't think I got it. No, I didn't get it. Yes. I think I was able to grab it now. I think so. Let me see. Let's test and see. It's just remove this red border color and let's paste this and see. Yes, we got it. This is the border color. Let's increase our border reduce. Border reduce, where did we specify border reduce? Yeah, border reduce is here. Let's try 18 and see how it's going to look like. Yeah, this is 18, right? And then let's give these icons a color so that at least let them be visible enough. Although we do not have the colors as exact, that's text. We have mic and camera, right? Mic, camera, and search. So we can come here and call, you can say dot mic. Can even give it a different color if you so want. Let me give it tomato color and see. See, this is the mic. You can give dot camera different color color. Let's try this and see how it's going to look. That's the camera. Yeah, we're just giving random colors, right? But if you have the exact colors, please do well to fix them, right? Then the search, or let's just use this color for all of them. We have dot mic, command dot search. What's wrong? Oh, there's no comma here. Comma. Yes. The search is not picking. Search. Let me check what name did I give that guy. Search icon. Okay, it was search icon. Search icon. So this is dot search icon. So this is our search icon, right? Okay. So this is it for this guy now. I think now let's work on this hover effect. Let's work on the hover effect. The hover, that's the box itself. Command copy. Hover. So when we hover over it, we want to have a box shadow of, let's say, 0 pixels, 2 pixels, 4 pixels, and this guy. Yeah, you see that, but that our color is too bright. So let's give it which color? Let's use the background color. This is the background color. Yeah. So yesterday when we use that route, this was what I was trying to avoid yesterday, going up to go and copy color and then come down and start looking for where I was typing. Search box here to paste the color. So, but assuming that was a variable, I would have just easily called the variable name, right? See, you see. Let me just put this to be gray and see how it's going to look like. Gray. Gray is quite light. Remember, as we had all these colors, we won't be going through this stress of trying out colors, right? This guy didn't give us what we need. Yeah, I think this is better. Yeah, I think you can see the shadow. So this is quite better. We will increase this guy to 3 and see. Yeah, this is quite better. Now we have succeeded. We can now we have gotten that shadow when you over this guy. So you can easily type here, also eraser. Then we have all these icons. Remember, as we had the exact icons, the way they have this here, we can easily fix them up, right? And then you notice that the height of this guy is quite larger, right, than theirs. That's quite easy. You can just easily go there and reduce the height. We give the search box. We give it the height of 30 pixels. We could reduce this to 25. Yeah, this is fair enough, right? So the next thing is to position this thing in the center and have this space. So that's easy. Go to where we tag, what we call the image. Let me see. Okay, let me come back to where the image is and check if the image is inside something. Okay. We could wrap this image inside a div command. Inside a div. Sorry. Then I'll show us why we wrap it inside a div. Yeah, still where it is, right? So we can call this div, or we just use an inline style and give it the text aligned to be in the center. Oops, I didn't finish that center. Oh, wow. Oh, it's now here. Reason being that let me see why we have this guy here. Why are we having the main container? Let's see the style for main container. Main container, where are you? Main container. We didn't style main container. Okay, let me style main container and correct that. Dot main container. I can give it a display of flex. Yes. And then I can give it a flex direction of column. You see? Oh, why is this guy here?
I was thinking maybe the same
Why?
div.
Sorry? Did someone say something?
I was thinking maybe it's in the same div.
The same div? Did we do anything there? Let me check what we did. Let me open this. Let me stretch this out and see what we did. What did we do wrong? Let me remove this guy and see. Okay, let me see what's happening. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Okay. Main container. Flex. Come on, let me remove this guy quickly. See why are we getting that? Yep. Okay.
There's a div between main container and
yes.
image.
Can you see what happened?
There's a div between main container and image.
Yeah, see, this is what happened. Can you see this div? My line 26. Can you see this? All of this. So we don't need this to be here. Look, it's supposed to be in between these two guys, right? Now you see. So actually, it was my VS Code that gave me that error. It was one of my extensions. It quickly helped me close this tag. That's this, right? So this was the mistake we made. Look at it, right? Let's go back and then remove just this guy and have a div here. See, all is well now. Sorry for that. Okay. Now let's position it in the center using inline. So let me open my screen wide enough so you can see very well. So where is that get? This is the div. Let's try out this style. Let me do text align center and see if it's going to go to the center. Yes, here it is in the center. Right now we can give a margin. Remember about this margin, we say you can specify two values. For the first value is going for top and bottom. So one a margin on top and bottom 25, left and right to be 0 pixels, right? So yeah, this is a space. This is the margin. This margin here. This margin here. Right? So what are we missing? We have these two buttons. Search and I am feeling lucky. Search and feeling lucky. Let's go and implement those guys quickly. Okay, quickly. Okay, this is our search. Okay, let's put this guy below here. Okay, let me give more space so that I can see. Remember this first one here, this was where we inserted our logo. This next div, this is the div that contains our search box. So the last one here, this is going to contain these two buttons, search, Google search and feeling lucky button, right? So we could call these ones Google search and I'm feeling lucky buttons. That's what's going below here. So we'll have them inside the div and give it a class of Google search, Google search BTN. Let me call it add an S. So we could have two buttons in there. The first button is Google search. Then the next button is feeling lucky. Let's check. Is that what is there? Yet I'm feeling lucky. Google search. Google search. I'm feeling lucky. All right. So remember, these buttons are positioned in the center, right? So we could copy this guy. Copy. Let's style it. I use a lot of flex today so that it will give us a good understanding of flex. Remember, in our last class, we spoke about flex. It enables us to convert block elements to inline, just to place elements side by side, right? And the default is row, right? Flex direction of row. You can also change it to column. You can watch the previous video if you haven't. So display of flex, then we have justify content to the center. You see what that is doing, right? So now let's go back. Now you see our content have been justified to the center, right? Let me keep this on screen.
Sorry to interrupt you, sir.
Yes.
What does it actually do?
I didn't catch that. You said what?
The flex, the display flex. What does it actually? What is the function?
What's the function of flex?
Yes, in the display.
Flex helps us to convert inline, block elements to maybe inline blocks, and enables us to position items or elements on the screen, right?
Okay.
It's just to help us in positioning. Okay, so now justify center. Now you see with this guy, now by default, this is where it was, right? But here we did justify center, it came here. Let's say I change this guy to justify end. Now it's going to the end. If I change this guy to justify start, it's coming to the beginning. But what I want is in the center, right? So justify center, now it's in the center, right? Then let's give this guy a margin on the top so that it will stop touching that wall. You could just easily use margin top and give it, let's say 40 pixels. Yes, it's here, right? Now, Flex has another property called gap. We could give it a gap of, let's say, 20 pixels. Now you see there's a gap. I've given a gap, right? So now we could target those buttons using child selector. This is child selector. So we could now say, okay, these buttons should have a padding of 10 pixels, each of them. You can see that, right? Immediately it has come up. So let's see what color did those guys use for their buttons. Okay, let me fetch that color. Fetch. Okay, this is the color. So we can also, let me go back to our work, give our buttons a background color of that color we copied. See, right? It has some annoying border. We don't need that border. Border, no, we don't need you. Thank you for coming. Then we can border reduce to curve our borders bit. Yes, we have curved them. So what was the color of that text? White. So we can give the color of the text to be color FFF, which stands for white. White. Is that not all? Do you have anything? Yeah, I think that's all. That's just all. If you want to do anything, you can only increase this padding. Right? Yeah, that's all for those two guys. Right? Okay, then with this guy here, right? I think we can finish this thing, right? At least we have done justice to the major sections. So what is left is just the footer and just this P tag that is here, this writing that is here. So that we can give room to questions, and I believe if we are able to address your questions, you should be able to conclude this page. Because basically we have done virtually everything. What is left is not much again. It's not much.
Sir,
yes. So if you have any question,
the Google offer, no, the main Google page, yes.
Yes.
When we yes, that Google offer.
Yes.
When we over it, you can see that it's showing. Is it a link? Is a link directly?
Yeah, this is a link. This is an anchor tag. Yes, okay. A link.
So if we are to design it now, are we just going to put the over effect, or we'll add links to it?
Why are you tempting me to do this work?
No, it's just for us to be sure, sir.
Okay, let me just explain what you to do, right?
Yes, sir.
You could. Where's my pen? Okay, I'm looking for my pen so that I can draw out something. Okay, yeah. Now I could, if I'm to work on this, right, two ways. I can have a div to contain all these guys, right? Inside this div, I can have a span where I'll write this span, where inside this span I could just write Google offered in dot full stop, right? Okay, column, right? Then I can have another span here. Remember, span is it's an inline element. Another span here, and inside this span I'll put an anchor tag, and inside the anchor tag I'll now type outside. Another span Inside the span, there's an anchor tag. I'll write Igbo. The same goes for these guys and these guys. That's just all. Then, you know, anchor tags usually come with its own default styling, right? Let me put an anchor tag on this our page so we'll see. It usually comes with its default style. Let's say I have a div here, where I have a span, and then I have an anchor tag. I'm not navigating anywhere, so I'll just put this hash, and then I call this Hausa. Yeah, look at it. It came with its own style, underline and all that. But now what I expect you to do is you can now target this anchor tag. Let me use an external CSS because that's the only anchor tag on my screen. So I can just easily write anchor, right? I can remove, first of all, remove the decoration that came by default by saying text decoration to none, right? Now you see that underline has gone. I can as well change the color to whatever color they have there. If eventually their color is blue, so I can change it now. You see it's blue in nature, right? So this is just it, right? So the next thing is working on the hover effect. The hover effect is just to come back and say anchor whenever they hover on you. Remember, I removed your text decoration, but please bring it back, and the one I will need is underline. Now, see if I hover over it, underline, hover out, see, right?
Well understood.
Hope that makes sense.
Yes, sir.
So that's what I expect you to do here, 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 here. That's just all. So any other question? Any other question? Because I expect you guys to do this thing and submit it. Push it to GitHub and submit. Should I push this? You can do where to watch the video.
Yes, sir. Push it.
I should push. Okay,
yes,
let's push quickly. Kindly pay careful attention so we won't waste so much time. Okay, all what I need to do is go to my GitHub. My GitHub. Okay, I can click on this new here to begin creating a repository, or I can come here and view your repositories, and then it's still loading. Okay, click on repositories, then new is still here again. So immediately you click on new. Or what you need to do is just specify a name. I can call this IT Skills Center Facebook. Or what's happening? Okay, center. Okay. Okay, let me just say, okay, IT Skills Facebook, right? Okay, IT Skills Facebook. You just go down. I think we have talked about all these guys. Go down and click on create repository. Now I'm here, right? Okay, once I'm here, this is the important thing I need, this URL. You can click on this guy to copy. Click on it to copy. So I've copied it, it's on my clipboard. All right, so let's go. You can use your VS Code terminal. VS Code also provides you a terminal that looks like Git Bash, right? Remember, I say you can access that from backtick. Okay, so I use a shortcut on my keyboard, and the shortcut is Control backtick. Backtick. The backtick button is the button that is below the escape button on your keyboard. Okay, but let me go the normal route. Okay, yes, this is it. You can just come here at the bottom left, these icons, you just click on them. Then you have this problem, output, debug. What we need is a terminal. Click on the terminal, right? So, but the default terminal that's shown is PowerShell. You can use it, But if you don't like the way it's looking, you could just click on this drop down arrow, select your Git Bash. Right? Now, see, this is my Git Bash. So the first thing to do is initiate Git. Bring your security guide. Git in it. Make sure you are inside the folder where your codes are, right? Git in it, you hit enter. Now you show that initialize Git empty repository. Yes. Now you see this security guy is now standing here, master. it's a branch. That's called a branch name, right? You can do well as well. You can also look for short videos or short courses on Git and GitHub too, so you understand all these concepts. I'm just using the concept of security guide to make it very easy for everybody to follow up, right? Okay, so now this is like my security guy coming here now, showing that somebody's watching. So if I do git status, remember git status is just asking me how far is my house, all right? I hit enter. It's telling me that, oh, boss, your house is not all right. There's no padlock on the assets store, and then there's no padlock here, right? That's why I see them in red. So now it's okay, put a padlock on all of them. So I've said git add full stop. Full stop means all of them. Hit enter, right? Then let me clear this guy. So I clear, okay. Let me ask him again. Security guy, how far? He's telling me that, okay, yes, I bought all the padlock and I've locked everywhere, but I need to give you the keys, so that the spare keys, so that you can store them somewhere. This is like trying to say commit. You are committed. That's like you're saving it on your local machine. So now I say, okay, git commit. That's, we are saving the spare keys now. And then we're putting a flag. This M is like a flag, a message saying that, okay, my first, here inside here now you can type a message, my first push or my first commit. I hit enter, right? Okay, then now that I've successfully stored my my spare keys. Okay, let me ask the security guy again. Security guy, how far? He's now telling me that, okay, nothing to commit. That's, everything is working fine on my local machine only. These codes, I have not pushed them to the cloud yet. That's, I've not pushed them to GitHub yet. If you go to GitHub page repository, you will see nothing there, right? So let's clear this guy now. So we have successfully installed the security guy, and then the security guy was able to log everywhere, and he's watching locally on our machine. So we need to push it to the cloud, right? Right, we need to push it to the cloud. So to push it, that's where we'll come back here, right? And that's where this URL is now important. We can click on this button to copy it, right? We have copied. Let's go back. No, where we're using, yeah, let's go back here. Now, if I do git remote, now nothing is showing to show me that, oh, I'm not connected to any remote GitHub server, right? So I can now, okay, do, okay, git add remote origin, and then that URL. I hit enter. Oh, sorry, look at the way I spelled my remote was wrong. Okay, I just use a shortcut again to bring my previous command. You could just press the up button, right? Remote. Wow, I hate that part. Okay, let me check what's wrong. Remember, you can always come back here to see what's wrong. Git remote add origin, blah, blah, blah. You can just copy this line straight away and fix it there, right? But I'll advise you type it out there so that you build muscle memory, right? So let me clear this guy. And he's saying, what did he tell us to do? Git remote add. Okay, let's go. Become git remote. You add to origin, then the name, then that URL you copy, you paste it, right? Hit enter. Okay, let me check again. Git remote. Let's say I put a V. Now it's showing me that yes, I've connected to origin, and I can fetch from origin, and I can as well push from origin. You could just do as well git remote. On just this alone will tell you that, okay, you are connected to a remote GitHub called origin, to a GitHub origin branch, right? Now, which means I've successfully connected, but I've still not pushed this code, right? So the next thing to do is I can now say, okay, Gitman, please help me package the other keys. Let's go and store it somewhere. Let's say in a bank or somewhere, right? So that in case the spare keys we have in the house gets missing, we can easily go there and fetch them, right? So that will now say git push to origin master, right? That's the master, the Gitman should. Okay, after saving some spare keys somewhere in the house, take the other ones and then push them somewhere, go and save them somewhere outside of the house, right? So we hit enter. Now let's see what will happen next. Yes, he has now successfully sent those keys or saved those keys outside of the house. Let's come back and refresh this page. So if we refresh, look at our codes are here, right? So I can as well share, if I share this with you, if you click on this link, you'll be able to view these codes. Look at them here, right? And as well, we can now have one branch because I'm working on this particular repository alone, right? But as me, I was working with other people, you can as well create your branch and push inside the same folder, and I'll be able to see your work from this end, right? But maybe subsequently, before we finish our foundational class, we'll have a uniform, we'll have a specific folder that will create, and you'll all be able to push your works into that folder. I'll be able to review your codes as well. So this is basically just how to push to GitHub. So what I expect is after pushing, you can copy this URL and send it and submit it in the Google form that will be provided for us in the classroom. That's in our WhatsApp group, right? So we'll drop a Google form there where you submit. So currently we have 2 assignments to do. I expect us to first of all design that Facebook page, login page we did, and then also try to design the Google page we finished today. And then in our next class, we'll look at YouTube. Or design a YouTube landing page. Is there any other question? Hello guys, are you still with me? Hello, are you still there?
Yeah, we are here.
Okay.
We are here, sir.
Okay. So I want to believe you're able to learn something tonight.
Yes, sir.
A lot, sir.
Okay, that's great. Right. Any question?
Hello, can you hear me, Samuel?
So, sorry?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Actually, there is no question. I don't know how.
Sorry? Your voice is a bit low.
Okay, I said actually there is no question.
No question, right?
Yes, how soon you can.
Okay, thank you very much, guys. I'll now hand over to the coordinator. I think maybe he has 1 or 2 things to say, then we'll wrap up. Thank you so much. And please do well to try to practice all these things, right? Thank you. All right.
If you come to meet assignment to if I tell you that big guy should drop everything. Last class,
Hello,
we talk
guys.
about
Good evening.
information. But
Hello.
hang on. Good evening, sir.
All right, good evening. Yeah, so how's it going? How's it going? I hope you guys are enjoying the class, right?
Yes, sir. The class is going on smoothly.
Okay. And I want to be sure you have been able to learn 1 or 2 things today. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We've learned a lot, sir.
Okay. So I'd like to ask, how many people do you have online now? 10 people. Some are experiencing network issues. That's why most people prefer physical class, right? Where you can have access to stable internet. Yeah. So do we have anybody here who is just registered, applying for this program for the first time? Or do we have some who have applied before, they didn't get in, and then now they are applying? Do we have who's speaking? I can't hear you clearly. Hello?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, go on. I can hear you.
I said,
Actually, I was in the previous class last year, that is the previous section, but I was unable to schedule my own meeting due to I was not following you full time.
Okay. For this time around now, you are fully ready for us, right?
Sure, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Any other person?
Yeah, I mean, I like what I was saying. I joined late yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, so yesterday was my first session with
Okay.
this class. Yes. So and today I also came late. The thing is that I was a little busy, but I later joined to this class, and I so far I get I understand to some extent. Though I didn't start from beginning, I don't want us to go back. That's why I always request if they have videos so that we can watch later
Yeah,
and
there is
see where
always
we.
video for every classes, right? You can always have access to those videos on our YouTube channel, right? Like tonight class now, by tomorrow, it will be available on the YouTube page, on our YouTube channel. And likewise, every other previous classes. Yeah.
If they put the link on the WhatsApp page.
I can't hear you. What did you say? You said what?
YouTube link on the WhatsApp page.
Yes. Did you just join the group? The link has always been there. But of course, we will repost it, right?
Okay.
We'll
Thank you very much.
for some of you that are just joining the group.
Yeah, because I really need to know how to push things inside the GitHub something.
You are confused with the GitHub, right? The GitHub is confusing.
I will try, and that's why I requested for you so I can watch it.
It's not hard. You just need to watch the previous class, right? It's not hard. So, and learning doesn't stop in class, right? Learning keeps on. Learning doesn't stop in class. Even though we teach you everything you need to know, but you still have to carry on with the learning on your own, right? Self-learning, practice. That's how you can, be a better developer. But there are so many developers out there, but few are great developers. So, and our own mission and goal here is to build, a world-class great developers that we can be proud of. You can go and ask any of our alumni out there, right? They are doing fine wherever they are right now, right? So that's our goal at ITSQ Center. We make sure that whatever you need to know to become a successful, great developer, right? That's what we provide you with. And that's why our equipment, our admission process is a little bit of, we are looking for best of the best who can cope when you get to the boot camp. Like we said, the boot camp is a 6 months program. But before you know it, you'll be wondering, wow, it's 6 months already. So 6 months is not even enough, right? But that's the industry standard duration for, you want to learn web, you want to learn mobile, right? So that's why we are doing this. I don't think there's any other institute out there that is taking their students through foundational class before you even come in. So that's the importance of, we taking you through this foundational class so that we introduce you to at least the foundation first. So when you get to the boot camp, everything will not look like we are speaking English or we are speaking Spanish to you. So that's the beauty of it. So we appreciate you, every one of you that have been joining the class, right? We can understand sometimes how inconvenient it can be to join, Nigerians network that is frustrating and all like that. And that's the reason why we want to bring you down to the boot camp so at least you can have access to some stable network, so to say, right? And then you interact with the rub minds with developers like you. So that's the beauty of, coming to a boot camp. So I hope to see all of you in boot camp, right? I hope you can to see all of you, scale through our technical assessment. Like we said, if you follow through, with this foundational class, you can be rest assured that at least you are one step ahead of every other applicant, right? So thank you, Soft Dev, Victor, Iwoma, Rama.
Excuse me, sir.
Okay, any question, Audrey? All right, go on.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir. I said this bootcamp, it's going to be one-on-one, physical contact.
What is Please come again. I think your network is
I say,
breaking.
yeah, I'm sorry. I say, is the boot camp going to be visual or it's going to be physical contact?
It's a physical boot camp. You have to come down to Lagos if you are not in Lagos. That is if you make it to the boot camp, if you pass the technical assessment and every other requirement, right? It's a physical boot camp. You can check all our social media pages, right? And then our website also. Have you gone to our website? Because this question, you shouldn't be asking this question if you have gone to our website.
Actually, I haven't.
So how did you get in? How did you get in? How did you get to this to this place? Are you in the group?
Yes, I'm in the group. I'm in the group.
So how did you get to the group? Somebody refer you or what?
Yes, I was referred.
Okay. So that means you've not
Yes.
even submit application. You are just enjoying our foundational class.
Okay.
So if you want
So
to
I'm sorry.
if you want to be part of the boot camp, you need to submit your application on the website. Application closes on
Okay.
April 4th. So it's a physical
Okay.
camp. Check our website, check our social media pages. Is that everybody on this call right now? Are you guys following us on Instagram, Twitter? Anybody following us here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, on Instagram. I'm following us on Instagram.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm on Instagram too.
Okay, follow us on Instagram, on Twitter. You can have access to some videos of previous, students, alumni, so you can get a little feel of where you are coming to. So we are located in Lagos State, inside a very serene environment. We are at Adekoya Estate, Ogba. For anybody who knows Lagos very well, so for some who don't know Lagos, you can Google it. We're inside a very secure estate here in Ogba. So any other question before we call it say good night? Any other question? Any other question? All right. So our next class is going to be, I'm not mistaken, that should be maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, right? But of course, we'll communicate with you guys in the group. So, well, nevertheless, don't hesitate to share the flyers of the program with your friends, family that you think they might be interested in the boot camp. People want to learn software development and they've been looking for a very good institute, right? We share the flyer with them, let them know, the beauty of what's going on, right? So once again, thank you guys for joining tonight. Buma, Joma, Innocent, Audrey, RF, and then Victor, right? Thank you guys so much. And, from here,
Thank you so much, sir.
yeah, from here it is good night and have a lovely, wonderful night. Right?